A bug infestation. So Virgos, I actually saw bugs when I tried to pick up the energy behind your cards for your reading this week, and I heard beetle. So there's something about, maybe you guys have an infestation in your house, or that's coming up this week where you have to deal with bugs, or you've been dealing with bugs. This could, of course, be metaphorical, where you're dealing with a bugged situation, where it's buggy, it's gross. We've got 10 of Wands, the Knight of Cups reversed. This can be someone who is a bit slimy. Looking at the Hanged Man with the 8 of Pentacles, that's looking around and not finding the bugs. That's like you have cockroaches in your house, but you literally cannot find out where they're coming from. You've killed them all. You've put traps down. The 8 of Pentacles is like trying to follow the clues, and in this case, you're not finding the nest. You can't find the source of the bug. Now, metaphorically speaking, there's something buggy in your life and you can't find the source of it. We're gonna dig into this a bit more, but stick with me with just this general metaphor for a second. Like I said, the Hangman reverse is you looking like, look at the Hangman, he's upside down. It's like you bending over to look under the couch, and nope, the bugs aren't there. Now, here's the real problem. I think that temperance is required, which is a general cleaning. General cleaning. I mean, really, I'm just getting clean from temperance. It looks like she's got 2 jugs with water and stuff, right? She could very well be cleaning something in this picture. And I'm getting a sense that whatever it is in your life, it needs to be cleaned. So if it's a person, place, situation, it needs to be purified. Maybe spiritually, maybe you guys gotta burn some smudge. Maybe it needs to be purified of toxic people, but it needs to be cleansed, and you need to figure out where. Actually, you don't need to figure out where, because that's been your strategy, is to try to figure out where the infestation's coming from. Maybe it's if it's people and it's your workplace that's toxic, and it feels buggy, there's something wrong. Well, it might not be that there's a specific person. It might be the general vibe, and the general vibe needs to be addressed because temperance, it needs to be cleaned. It needs to be, and maybe, there's just toxic people. Maybe there is some sort of contamination. There's a contamination that's happening in your life, whether this is literal or metaphorical, and it needs to be, you need to clean everything to make sure that you get that contamination, because finding it is more difficult. It's like you're not going to find the infestation. You're just going to have to do a general clean, according to these cards, in order to get the thing that is causing the problem. Let's pull oracle cards and find out more. Tell me more for Virgo. Okay, so the first card that came out is really interesting, the ear. So it's almost like instead of bugs, we're just talking about vermin, and it's like, it's mice, It's mice, and you can hear them in your wall. And that is, but you can't find out where they're coming from or how they're getting into your house. I've literally had this problem, and I know I'm going to get to the strategy because I know all about how to deal with mice. First of all, clean. Like, keep everything clean, and mice only really keep coming back if there's a food source. So, first of all, I want to get to the cards before I get to advice, but looking at the actual cards here, we've got the cup reversed and the wall reversed. You're just not happy that there is this contaminant, this toxic element, whether it be bugs, rats, critters, vermin, or people, toxic people inside your living space, workspace, wherever. There's a sense of like, you just feel like you're crawling out of your skin. Like, it's uncomfortable. It makes you feel like the location isn't, how do I put this? Like, with the wall reverse, it's almost like there's a sense that it needs to be condemned, or there's something wrong with the walls that you're in. If your house is riddled with mice, then certainly there's probably a feeling that there's something wrong with your house, that there is something wrong with your walls, the place that you're living in, that there's something contaminated about your surroundings. So that's the wall reversed with the cup reversed here. All right, let's go ahead and pull some advice and see what you guys can do about this. I mean, I feel like the obvious is get like what do you call it? Exterminator. But exterminators are a money sink that I feel like is not even ever really getting to the root of the problem, because the root of the problem, I'm going to get to the root of the problem in a second. I'm going to save my advice for when I pull advice from the cards. So let's just go ahead and pull advice now, and I will sprinkle in my own personal advice in the next call here. So let's see what we get for advice here. Oh, by the way, if you guys enjoy my readings and you want to support what I do, you want to show some love, go ahead and check out Patreon. I have some good stuff there too. I've got love readings, monthly readings. So go ahead if you want to, help out and support my work. Go ahead and check that out. Okay, so the advice that's coming from the cards is rather in line with the advice that I was going to tell you. So we've got the 10 of Cups with the Magician. So first of all, there's something you can do. The Magician is saying you can do something about this. It's not an unsolvable problem. Here's what you do. The 10 of Cups. Give them a better place to go. Give them a better place to go because, look, it's like the rainbow, or it's like going over the rainbow, right? Give them a better place to go. How do you do that? Well, you make sure that the place that they're currently going to is not a great place to go to. So you take away all the food. 3 of Swords reversed. It's like, well, they're going to be a little hurt. Well, they don't have the thing that they want. So they're going to be like, damn, it's not here. 3 of Swords reversed is like, rats. Rats. Pun intended. Rats. And then the 8 of Swords is like what you don't see. Blindfold. I didn't see the food that I wanted. King of Wands is how this person functions. They go after what they want. So if it's a rat, it's a vermin. If it is just a person, that's toxic, that's contaminating the workplace, they go after what they want. If you can find a way to make, to get them off the scent, of whatever is attracting them to where you're at. Like if there's a reason why you got, obviously you could be talking about food, like I said before, or just scent. What I did to get rid of my rats was to put cinnamon, or cinnamon oil, essential oils, that sort of a stuff. Cinnamon or cinnamon oil, that sort of stuff that has like a scent to it, like a really strong scent. They hate it. It makes the place inhospitable. So if you couple that with getting rid of, food and stuff making the place clean, it's just not going to attract them. It gets them off the scent. And that's the 8 of Swords, is getting them off the scent. With the King of Wands, because the King of Wands is them sniffing around trying, because it's what they do. That's the King of Wands, is doing what you do. Now with the 8 of Swords is getting them off the scent, because mice will do what mice will do. They're going to act like the King of Wands. It is their nature. The King of Wands always acts according to his nature, and that's what the vermin is doing. So if you just get them off the scent, they'll act according to their own nature. They will go elsewhere. Let's pull oracle cards for advice. Any other advice here for my Virgos? Yeah, because traps don't work. Traps don't work. Traps are never actually getting rid of the thing that is never getting rid of the scent, right? The scent of death maybe adds to the scents, but it's not getting rid of the scent of the food or whatever is actually luring them. If you use, like I said, the cinnamon or essential oil and stuff, that will counteract the scent that's drawing them, negate it. It confuses their sensory organs. So anyway, that's my point. Let's see what comes out here for more advice. Any other advice? Ooh. Yeah, this is just saying exactly what I just said. Maybe the cards were prepping to do that as I was talking, but Scorpio, that is the mousetrap. The mousetrap doesn't catch mice, or if it does, it doesn't solve the problem. Neptune is sort of like something that's elusive. It's slippery. Neptune has to do with lubricants and stuff that's nebulous. So it's like you can't catch the mice, Scorpio, with Neptune here. Without or with the mousetrap. Scorpio is the mousetrap because it kills them. Scorpio. You're not going to catch them that way. You have to take the high road, which is the universal hexagram. Do something smarter. Do something more clever than that kind of like baseline instinct to just crush them, because it won't work. We've got the this is the coal. Coal is something that's obstinate. So the vermin will be obstinate, the person will be obstinate. So you have to kind of like, it's almost like okay, so here's what it is. Here's the best actually example. Play the piper. You're going to play the piper in that story where there's like a pipe. Is it a pipe piper? It's a guy who plays like a flute or something, or a pipe, and he lures rats away from some town. It's like a fairy tale or some sort of folk tale. Anyway, that's what you guys have to do. That is how you get rid of your vermin. And you do that with scents. I feel like the flute thing, maybe that'll work too, because they do have those noise, those like noisemaker things that get rid of insects. That could be one way to get rid of them. But that's a more intelligent way to get rid of them rather than just killing them outright. So there's a better way to get rid of them, and that's not just trying to kill them. And those options will work better. That's the advice here, is those options will work better. It's like smells, sounds, that all has to do with Neptune here. It's like ephemeral things that fuck with your perception. right? It's like fog. Neptune has a lot to do with fog. Fog messes with your perception, so you can't see. So you're off the scent, so you can't find the place you went back to. And then now, thinking back now, if this is a person in a workplace situation, if this is a toxic, contaminated workplace, then Neptune is saying, make yourself scarce. You know, if the person who is toxic to your environment, is contaminating your environment, walks over, make yourself like busy, like look away. Neptune is like, put your earbuds in. That's Neptune. Is like you're in dreamland. That's Neptune, and that's the way. You can't kill them. You can't punch them in the face. That would be Scorpio. But under that scenario, it's like that's how you change the landscape to get them off your scent, essentially. All right. That is going to be your reading. Virgos, thank you guys for being here. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Don't forget to check out Patreon, subscribe, like, follow, all that good stuff. I will see you guys next time.